important topic known as solutions. I don't know if most of you have heard about solutions in chemistry, both what we call concentrated solutions and dilute solutions, right? We have heard about what? Something talking about solute and solvent. Now let's start from somewhere. If you are being asked, what is the constituent of a solution? What could it be? A solution contains a given amount of a solute and a given amount of a solvent. So the concentration of a solution depends on the amount of solute in that solvent. Okay? So mathematically, concentration of a solution is given as the number of what? Mole. The number of mole of solutes over the volume of the solution. Okay? So with this, you can be able to define a solution. So if you have a given number of what? Mole of a solute in a solution, that can be able to what? Measure the concentration of that what? Solution. So when do we say that a concentration is too high or relatively too low? It's when this solute is high or low, depending on the one you're talking about. Now, look at this mathematical expression. Concentration of solution equal to number of mole of solute over the volume of the solution. For example, let's say we have salt. Salt is our solute plus water, which is the what? Solvent. What you have here is a solution of what? Of the salt. Okay? You have the solution of the salt. Now, this concentration, what you have here now is having a given concentration with respect to the amount of this guy inside this solution. Now, if the concentration of this salt is too high, then we say that what? That the solution is what? Concentrated. Or if the concentration or if the quantity of the solute is relatively higher than that of the solvent, then we say that the solution is what? Concentrated or highly concentrated. But when the solute is less than or relatively lower than the solvent, then we say that the solution is what? Dilute. So the idea of what? Concentrated and dilute comes from what? The quantity or the relative amount of the solute in the what? Solvent. Now, this concentration of solutions in chemistry can be expressed in several ways or several forms. Okay? The first one we talk about, there are several ways. I will list them for you to see first, and we'll talk about them. We can express concentration of solution in mole fraction as the first one. We can express concentration of solution in molarity. We can express concentration of solution in molality. Take a look, there's a difference between molarity and molality. We can also express concentration of a solution in weight percentage. So these are the several ways. There are so many ways we can express. We also have the one we can call measure in what? Normality, okay? Normality. So these are several ways you can express concentration of a solution. So we're going to take these things one by one so you can understand what it means. Now let's start with the first one. We can start with what? Weight percent. Let's start with any one. We can start with any one. We can start with mole fraction. We can start with any one. So I decided to start with the one that is simplest, which is what? Weight percent. Now, take a look at the number one way we can express concentration of a solution. That is what? Percent by weight. Now, just like you know about percentage is about percentage of something inside something, okay? So now looking at the percentage of the weight of a particular thing we are looking for inside the total solution, okay? So if you are looking for the percent by weight of a solute, remember we are looking for that of the solute. That is, the solute is what makes up the what? The solution. So inside the solution here, we have this solute and also the solvent inside it. So the weight percentage of this solute mathematically is given as the weight, or you can say the mass of this solute. WT stands for weight, okay, or mass, divided by the weight of the solution. The total solution, what does it weigh? then times 100%, you have converted to what? Percentage. Now take a look at the simple problem on the board. What is the percent by weight of sodium chloride? Okay, if 1.75 gram of sodium chloride is dissolved in 5.85 gram of water. Now from the look of things, now look at, this is the solute, this is the solvent. Okay, so we have to get the weight of the solution first. The weight of the solution is equal to summing that of water and that of what? Sodium chloride. So it's going to be 1.75 plus 5.85 gram. So when you sum this, you have 7.60 gram. Okay, so what we have here now is the weight of the solution. Okay, then what is the weight of the solute? The weight of the solute is this. Spread it out. The weight of the solute is 1.75 gram. So percent by weight of solute will be equal to, take that of the solute, which is what? 1.75 all over that of the solution. Solution is 7.6, so I have 7.60 times 100 over 1. So when you multiply this, you will get 23%. So it means that inside this solution, the percentage of this solute inside this solution is 23 what? Percent.